Ladies and gentlemen, the funniest man in America, George Wallace.
George Wallace.
I'm gonna move very quickly, so as they used to tell us in school, get your thinking caps on.
George.
Wallace. A little more big head, boy.
George Wallace. George Wallace.
A little bit of music. I did a little music. Did you see me do that little dance? Did you see that I did a little magic? Did you see me do the magic? I stopped that music. That was magic. You didn't know I did magic, did you? See, I stopped the music and I can.
George Wallace. George Wallace.
Got a big old man checking me out over here, too. Well, let's give him a little bit, too. Come on. Come on, put your hands together. Let's have a good time. Yeah. Come on. Hey. Yeah. Let it play for 15 minutes. Let it play for 15 minutes. I have no jokes. The joke's on you. I already got your money. Tell me that ain't funny. If you got to go pee now. You got 14 minutes. Y'all think I'm kidding, don't you? 13 and a half minutes, you better go.
George Wallace.
That's good. How you doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Make some noise, make some noise. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be at this casino. Are you winning money? You're not winning money? I am so surprised. Every time I see them put up a new hotel, I'm going, oh, people are not winning money. Let me give you some advice. Do what I do. When I come to these casinos, I get off the airplane, I go straight to the casino cashier, I give them all my money. Ain't no need me wasting my time gambling. Only way you're gonna double your money here is to mug someone at the airport, get your ass on that airplane and go on back home. I'm just happy to be here. I know I'm gonna have a good time. Anytime I come to the city, I know I'm gonna have a good time. Just flying into the airport, you can start laughing. When I flew in here and saw that sign that said the International Airport, I started laughing. The International Airport. Let me tell y'all something. The only thing international around here is the International House of Pancakes and things. You can just have some fun when you come to this city. And all you people that live around here, it's okay to take your Christmas lights down. Take them down, okay? It's just you people are crazy. What's wrong with you people? And you drive like you're crazy. What is wrong? Let me ask you people a question. When you go to an intersection in this city, the light changes to yellow. What's the legal limit here? 8, 9, 10 cars can go through. Zoom, 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 zoom. You people are crazy. Let's just drive around the city. So many things are happening in the city. You can have fun just driving. Listen, I'm driving around through the city today. I saw a health store. What do you call it? A gym. 24-hour fitness center. 24-hour fitness center. Open 6 a.m. to midnight. What the hell is wrong with you people? Kinko's open 24 hours a day. Who the hell needs a cop of anything at 3 o'clock in the morning? I saw another clothing store. They sell blue jeans. And the sign outside said, if we don't fit your size, we'll give you a free pair. Give me a free pair of what? I'm walking around in a pair of culottes, you know what I'm saying? You people are crazy in this city. I saw Baskin Robbins ice cream. Baskin Robbins ice cream, as old as you are, as old as I am, all our life, how many flavors? No progress whatsoever. Come on, Baskin Robbins, be creative. Look at Ben and Jerry's. They got Chunky Monkey, Cherry Garcia. But you can have some fun in this city. Yes, you can. And the airport out there, I don't know who put that airport so far out of town. Why was my cab fare higher than my airfare? To get down here. I think all airports should be like the old airport in Hong Kong. They had an airport in Hong Kong where the airport was right downtown. 70-story skyscrapers on both sides of the runway. People go, yeah? Yes. It doesn't matter where the runway is, either you hit it or you don't. So I think all airports should be right downtown on Main Street. The light changes to red, the cars stop, airplane land, go around the corner, let you off at your house. So I get in my car, I'm still laughing, driving in this city. Just driving, I saw a sign, orange and black sign, men at work. You've seen that sign? Have you ever seen men actually working? Let's keep driving. Here's another sign that says fork and roll. Fork and roll. Let's say I'm in a country where they don't use forks. Let's say I'm in China. Does the sign say chopsticks and roll? You can see some stupid signs driving around here. Road slippery when wet. Most things are. Let's keep driving. Let's go over to Arkansas. Here's a sign that says hidden driveway. Hidden driveway. Now, why waste your money and time putting up that sign? Somebody's going through all this trouble of hiding this driveway. You're going to put up a sign. I know it's around here somewhere. Because I saw that sign. I know it. Let me turn the radio down. I can think better. Stupid signs, you see. Saw another sign, the sign said, quiet hospital zone. Nothing making noise but the ambulance. Y'all know I'm not making this stuff up. Y'all can do some stupid stuff around here. Then I'm driving today, I had to move recently. Anybody ever move? Moving has got to be the worst thing you could ever do in life. First of all, when you move, you find shit that don't even belong to you. But what do? Pack it up, move it on to the next door. So I had to move, and I had to go buy some boxes. I went down to the depot, what is that place called? Office Depot, to buy some boxes, and I did not know boxes cost so much money. $6.70, $9. And I'm going, how many boxes? Ooh, that's a lot of money. So I asked the guy that said, how much does the box cost that the boxes came in? He says, you can have that one. I said, well, come on, let's restock these shelves. So I happened to move, all of my belongings are in boxes. And so I'm down here driving in this beautiful place, and I see this store called Sam's Club. Now, I've never been in there. It must be pretty nice. A lot of cars outside. Let me run in here and get me a bottle of deodorant. Oh, you already know? Does anybody else in here need deodorant? I didn't know everything came in bulk. Giant, supersized, and Shea Stadium, just huge. Everything is huge. Let's say you like peanut butter. Let's say you really, really, really love peanut butter. You like peanut butter so much you like to stick your whole head in the jar. They have these at Sam's Club. Everything is huge. I bought a bag of marshmallow. I use it as a mattress when my friends come over. Everything is giant. I bought a box of preparation eggs, put it on my back porch, and it sucked all of the water out of my swimming pool. So now you're moving. I got a house. I don't know about these things. I got to run down and get a new mattress. Went to get a new mattress, got down. I heard it on television, $99 for the mattress. I didn't know. Went down there. Let me see the mattress on TV, $99. The man says, you plan on sleeping over 2 hours? I said, just show me the mattress you saw on TV. He says, there it is right over there. Go ahead and try it out. I jumped on that thing. That thing folded up. I looked like a giant burnt hot dog. You talking about a pig in a blanket, Jay. It's crazy when you move. You got to do all kinds of things. Then I had to buy some carpet. Went to the carpet warehouse. Y'all been down there? Go to the carpet warehouse. I'm looking at all these different grades and shades of carpet and the Berber, the shag, and everything. And I'm walking in different colors and I'm looking and I look behind me. There's a security guard following me. In a carpet store. Where am I gonna put a roll of carpet? I can't put it in my pants. My pants are already full. You know what I'm saying? Man, so many things are going on down here. There's some more things I gotta talk to you people. You people are really crazy in this city. Yesterday, the weather. What's wrong with you people? Closed all your schools because it might snow. It might snow. What is wrong with you people? It might snow. The other day I was sick as a dog. I thought I was going to die, but I didn't run down to the funeral home. It might snow. When you see 2 feet of snow and the kids in school, keep them there. We don't want those badass kids to come home anyway. Keep them overnight, then you won't have to close the schools the next day. Schools. Any teachers in here? Make some noise, teachers. I love you, teachers. If I was in charge of this country, that's the first thing I would do is give y'all a raise. You deserve better putting up with these kids here. You need to make more money. And I'm serious about that. Even though I don't know what y'all teaching these new kids. These new kids today are just completely different than we were. These new kids, what are you teaching these? Case in point, I went to McDonald's the other day. My total was $2.78. I gave the kid $3.03 and all hell broke loose. Sir, what's the 3 pennies for? The 19-year-old manager come up and said, why'd you give me 3 pennies? You got a scheme going on here? They pressed a silent alarm. Police came and locked my ass up. All I wanted was a quarterback. It happened to me in Atlanta the other day at the airport at Popeye's Fried Chicken. My total was $4.11. I gave the kid that gave the girl $5. I said, wait a minute, and I got the 11 cents. I already rung it up. What difference does it matter? Just give me $1 back. Keys? Let me talk about these new kids for a few minutes. These new kids today, they take life for granted. They're not like we were. Most of us in here are baby boomers. These new kids today, they take simple things in life for granted, like a microwave. We didn't have a microwave when we grew up. No, we wanted some Jiffy popcorn. We had to stand on the stove and shake that shit. Shake it till it's all burned up. Simple things in life they take for granted. The VCR. When we were kids, if we missed a program, we had to wait till the summer when there was a rerun. And the ATM. You know, y'all remember we were kids, the bank used to close early on Friday. 3 o'clock, we didn't make it to the bank, we'd be broke. We didn't have an ATM. We had to go to the MOM. And the MOM would send you to the DAD. And that's when you knew you were SOL. These new kids, they have everything we never thought about having. They got their own room. You see it all the time on television, get mad at the parents, slam the door, go in their own room. We had our own room. You know, we could have gone to slam the door, but it'd have been 5 or 6 other kids in there. They got things we never thought about having. A pager. Every kid today has a pager. Do we have pagers? No, your mama walk out on the front porch, hey! Get your ass in this house. It didn't matter who kids you were, you come right. These new kids today. It's amazing some of the things they have. Even the clapper. Well, we had the clapper. My daddy had a clapper 30 years ago. Me. Turn the television on, boy. Cut these lights out around here. What's wrong with y'all? These new kids today, it's amazing some of the things that they do. You know, it's just, I look at some of these new kids, they stay out late. You ever see these kids 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? We're driving home, you know, they're trying to get in some trouble because as old as we are, we're trying to get in a little trouble ourselves. As my grandmother used to tell us all the time, ain't nothing open after midnight but the hospital and legs. Ain't nothing open after midnight but the hospital and legs. I used to come home real late. Boy, where you been? I ain't been to the hospital. These kids today, I'm telling these new kids, you know, they got their own clothing, you know, the hip-hop clothing. You see these new kids walking around with these jeans hanging down to the ground like they got a terminal case of diarrhea. My nephew said something to me the other day, I wanted to kick his ass. But I didn't know who it was. Got their own hip-hop language, you know, these kids, they got their little language, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good, it's all good. They're trying to cut a little cheddar. You trying to cut a little cheddar, I know what I'm saying. Working on the bling bling, got the bling bling. You know what I'm saying? Holla! You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what the hell you're saying. And it's not all good up in here, up in here. Y'all about to make me lose my mind. Up in here. These young kids today. Most amazing thing they can do, they can talk back to the parents. Now, y'all know that's something we could not do. We could not talk back. My mama used to drive us down to the cemetery. She would drive us to the cemetery. She said, Junior, this is your plot right here. You can use it now, or you can use it later. But you're not gonna be talking back to me up in here. Up in here. They got a thing called time out. You can't speak. Teachers teach them that at school. Time out. We had that too. Because my mama would whip your ass. She'd take time out. Come back and get some more. I'm not through with you yet. No, we can't spank the kids anymore. Teachers teach them 1-800-child abuse. Hey, we had that too. My mama used to tell us all the time, you go ahead and you dial 1-800-child abuse. There's the phone right over there. Call it. 1-800-child abuse. When they get here, they'll find you in this position. She told me, you dial 1-800-child abuse, I'll be out of jail long before your ass get out of the hospital. These new kids today. Oh my, I'm just having so much fun. I was up in my room a few minutes ago watching television and President Clinton was on, boy. That's my boy on here. I love President Clinton. I used to be rich when he was in office. And by the way, the Dow Jones was down yesterday. And you know what that means to people like me and you? Not a damn thing. I don't even know who Dow Jones is. I know he's very moody. But President Clinton was my dog. Let me tell y'all something. He invited me to the White House, and that's something y'all didn't do. But I wish you could. He was so nice and so charismatic. They tell me if you don't even like him after 30 minutes, you'll love this guy. He was so fantastic. Stay with us. You think a president would stay with you 10, 15 minutes at the most. 2.5 hours. He was just wonderful, just wonderful. We had a wonderful time. And I'm at the White House. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I stole some stuff. I ain't going to tell no lie. I ain't going in the White House and not steal me some souvenirs. You would have done the same thing, wouldn't you? You know, the sweet and low and the equal with the presidential seal? I took that, you know, the napkins and all of that stuff, you know, and I'm stirring my coffee with a sterling silver spoon. You know, got to go. So I'm walking. Okay, had a wonderful time. I'm getting ready to leave, and I get to the gate, and oh my God, got to go back through that metal detector. And so I said, well, I might as well go through with this. Went through, nothing happened. Then I was really pissed because I could have taken more silverware. President Clinton was so, oh boy, I could tell you some of the things. And I told him some things that I told him how disappointed I was in him. I did tell him that. I told him what happened, and when he came out and told the truth, I was very disappointed in that. I told him, I said, you always stick to your lie. You stick to your lie. Because they could have caught me on videotape. I still would have said, that is not me. That is not, run the tape. Back it up, run it again. Ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't know that was not me, I would say that's me. But that is not me. I did. And I told him, as far as asking Monica Lewinsky to lie, I would have told you should have told her to keep your mouth shut. Not right now, but, you know. And George Bush choked on that pretzel, bless his heart. He made it through, you know, and well, he's pretty much like his daddy, though. I remember his daddy had the country so screwed up we had people sneaking back into Mexico. But that's why I wished I were in charge of this country. I'd make a lot of changes if I were in charge of this country. This would be a much better country. Government wasting our money doing stupid stuff. The other day they had a $3 million agricultural study where $3 million on how big the hole should be in Swiss cheese. How big the holes should be in Swiss cheese. And I'm wondering, why do we have holes in Swiss cheese? Why am I paying for holes in Swiss cheese? Fill my hole up with government wasting our money. That was the first ripoff of the American public. Then the donut people heard about it. And the lifesaver people said, well, we might as well join in on this. But the government is always wasting our money. I was in Milwaukee last week. I told them how much they waste our money a few years back when they had that kid, Jeffrey Dahmer. Had him in the court trying to find out whether he was crazy or not. That would have been the first law I'll pass. That's the first law I'm going to pass. Anytime you eat 3 or more people, you're crazy. Government wasting our money. There's better ways to spend our money. Put more toilets on the freeway. You've been on the freeway in the next rest area 30 miles. I got to pee now. There are better ways to spend our money. Do some research. Find out why my brain freezes up when I suck on a Slurpee too fast. Government wasting our money. Even with the Taliban, that made me sick, bringing the Taliban to Cuba. These people used to living in the cave and in deserts. Now we bring them here and put them in brand new cubicles. They're living better than the people in Cuba. I wish I was in. There's better ways to punish the Taliban. Now take them to Chicago and put them on the Jerry Springer show. Let those people beat the hell out of them. There's better ways to punish the Taliban. Take them to South Carolina, put them in a station wagon. Let Susan Smith drive them down by the lake. There are better ways to punish the Taliban. They have to pray 20 times a day. When they bow and come back up, have 4 or 5 Jehovah's Witnesses standing there with a watchtower and an awake. Can I talk to you? Our government can do some stupid things. That's why I should be in charge of this country. If I were in charge of this country, we wouldn't have any foreign aid for 2 years. We'd keep all our money right here in America. Just think what America would be like, and we kept our money at home for just 2 years. No unemployment, no homelessness. I don't care if you waste the money, we're going to waste it in America. Now, don't get me wrong, I know countries like Bosnia-Herzegovina. Matter of fact, if we can't pronounce your name, you ain't getting diddly squat up in here. You got a problem with fair trade with Japan. What is this unbalanced situation? When I'm in charge of the country, everything's going to be fair. Every time Japan sends us a Toyota, we send them a Buick. That's fair. They send us a nice Sony stereo system, we send them some crap from Radio Shack. That's fair. Our government can do so. They had another survey, $15 million, a wildlife survey, said there's only 29 white rhinoceros left in the world. Only 29 white rhinoceros. What the hell do I care about how many rhinoceros left in this world? Now, on the other hand, had they come back and told me there was only 15 chickens left, now we got a problem. What can I do to chip in on this research? A lot of y'all laughing. Somebody came in and told me there's only 15 chickens left. I got to go. A lot of you be right behind me. I ain't telling you no lie. I love me some chicken. Chicken is good. I don't care how you cook it, shake it, bake it, broil it. Chicken a la King. Hell, you can call it chicken Don King. I don't care. I'll eat it. I love me some chicken. Chicken is good. And if you cook chicken right, another chicken will eat chicken. That's how good chicken is. They say carrots are good for your eyesight. Chicken is good for your eyesight too. Because if you love chicken, you can see a KFC sign a mile away. Chicken is good. And if there's such thing as reincarnation, that's the last thing I want to come back as. There's a chicken. Chicken has a bad life. Chicken has a short life. When the last time you seen a chicken having a 1-year anniversary party? Chicken has a bad life. A chicken is the only animal on this planet that never dies of natural causes. Chicken has a bad. You never even see a dead chicken laying on the side of the road, do you? Never see a dead chicken. Dead dogs, dead skunks, everything. But never a dead chicken. A lot of things you never see. You never see Boy Scout cookies. Why don't we have Boy Scout cookies? I guess they just don't trust us with the money, huh? You never see the Last Baptist Church. always the First Baptist Church. And every now and then you see the second. One day I'm driving down the street, I see a sign say the Last Baptist Church. That's when I'm gonna get my act together. Things you never see. You watch television, you never see an episode of ER where they don't use that defibrillator. I don't care what the patient's problem is. Well, what's wrong with the patient? Well, the patient has a rash because the elastic on his drawers are too tight. Bring him on in here. Stand back. Give me 3,000 votes. Things you never see. You never see a Ku Klux Klanman all dressed up, standing on the corner by himself. They had a Klan rally in Birmingham. We went. I was driving around with the chief of police. We pulled one over. I said, "Get out the car. Now put your hands on the hood." We told him not that hood. We scared that man so bad he had to go home and change his sheets. Things you never see. You never see cats making love. You never see cats making love. Say what? Oh yeah, you can hear. You can hear. Now. It's ready for you now. Things you never see. You never see Chinese funeral homes. You never see Chinese funeral homes. Where do these people go? Next time you go to a Chinese restaurant to have wing ding do, you have to see Mr. Wing. I'm a very sick person. I'm a very sick person. The world is crazy. And the world, I might add tonight, I truly believe this. The world is coming to an end very soon. I believe this. Ask me why. Because black people starting to do shit we don't normally do. We're starting to do things we never thought about doing. The crematory in Georgia. 300, 400 unburied, uncremated bodies. And they put it on TV, and here comes a brother from around the house. Mama, go to the television real quick. Brother, I understand. I know what happened. He got a little backed up. He want to cut down on expenses, you know. No need to heat up that whole incinerator, and we got that 55-gallon barbecue grill back there in the back. Black people starting to do shit we don't normally do. The black lady in Houston ran over a man, drove him home. He's in the garage for 3 days. And she would check on him every day. He's out there on the windshield. She said she thought it was raining men. Black people doing things we don't normally do. Jason Williams, New York Nets, playing in the house, shot his chauffeur. I don't believe he did it. Couldn't shoot straight when he was with the Nets. But we're doing things we don't normally do. Washington, D.C. I was in Washington, D.C. when all of that came down. I ran out of gas. I sat in my car for 3 days. I called AAA. He sat in the truck for 3 days. I wasn't getting out. He wasn't getting out. And the government, what do? They go to court 9, 10 days trying to find out whether they should try John Lee Malvo as an adult. I say, if you can't buy your clothes in the children's department, you're an adult. say, if you're old enough to shoot, you're old enough to be shot. Some of my friends said to me, George Wallace, you're always talking about you want to be such a Christian. Christ wouldn't do nothing like that. Well, he don't live down here no more. A lot of things changed since he left. I'm a very sick person. Very sick person. Watching TV in my room. We got too many stupid television commercials, too. Don't it make you sick? KFC Colonel Sanders on TV trying to rap, trying to dance. He need to be trying to make that chicken better. That's what he need to be doing. Chicken doesn't taste like it used to, does it? Y'all remember when we was kids, the chicken used to taste real good. Somebody's not using all 11 spices, I can tell you that right now. Some of these commercials, Taco Bell had a sandwich called a chalupa. A chalupa. I'm going, what the hell is a chalupa? I'm thinking, it must be that chihuahua we don't see anymore. Some of these commercials are crazy. Gatorade, I ain't drinking nothing, I'm gonna sweat the same color. These people drink Gatorade, they get on the bicycle, all of a sudden red shit coming out of the skin. Viagra, there's a commercial, a guy's taking a Viagra just before he gets in a race car. Getting ready to do 200 miles an hour, he just took a Viagra. You might grab the wrong stick. These stupid commercials. They have another commercial on TV running right now. Some religious organization, an ecological or environmentalists have gotten together. It's about conserving energy. They said the SUV vehicles are consuming too much gas. And their follow-up is, what would Jesus drive? Y'all seen that? What would Jesus drive? Well, I'm pretty much the smartest person in here, and I figured it out. He would drive a Honda. That's what he would drive. Because it says in the Bible, Acts 2:1, we shall all be in one accord. And when the Holy Ghost has fully come, they were all in one accord. I know what I'm talking about. We need to talk about smoking too. Anybody want to stop smoking? I got a sure two-step method. First, go out and buy yourself a water bed. Then fill it up with gasoline. If that don't stop you from smoking, cigarettes ain't your problem. And speaking of smoking, let me just say this. I don't think you should be allowed to sue cigarette companies. I really believe you shouldn't be allowed to sue cigarette companies. If you believe you should, I'll agree with you that we disagree. But I think you had a choice. It's like when you were a kid, a baby. Your parents, your mother, your father told you, don't touch the stove because the stove is hot. You never did it again, did you? So that's how I feel about smoking. If you're going to sue the cigarette companies, sue everybody. Sue Oscar Mayer. You eat 3 packs of bacon a day, you know what's going to happen to your ass. Hardening of the arteries, and you're going to have a heart attack and die. Sue everybody. Sue Sara Lee and Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That should come with a label. This product may cause your ass to spread. And you having to buy a new sofa. Sue Chinese restaurants. You go to a Chinese restaurant, eat your dinner, get the fortune cookie, that shit don't happen to you in 30 days, sue them. Take it to court. That's another thing, going to court. Too many judges now. We got Judge Mathis, Judge Hatchett. We got Judge, I don't ever want to go to Judge Joe Brown. Boy, he's strict. Judge Joe Brown, I don't know why the first judge didn't give you 30 years. In any case, I'm going to give you another 40 to go on top of it. But another thing, how come all the judges on television are black, but when you get to real court, Too many cooking shows on TV. Y'all watch those cooking shows? Why? You know you ain't got that shit in your house. Sake mushroom. You got the emerald. Let's take it up a notch. Bam! Then you got the old lady that needs to retire. What's her name? The real old lady? Julia Childs. She's so old she can't even cook. She's leaning on. There's a nice breast of chicken there, and if you put some salt and pepper on it and take it over to the oven for me, and I'll just take it. And her titties are hanging all down in the salad. You're some sick people in here tonight. Very sick people. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm from the South, and living in the South, I haven't been back. I was back at Christmas in my neighborhood, and went down there singing Christmas carols. Hark the herald angels sing. I was singing hark. That's a word nobody uses anymore. Hark. Unless when you go down south. You go to your grandmother and she in the bathroom. Hark! I went, what the hell is going on in that bathroom? Hark! I call it the sounds of the South. The sounds of the South. Hark! How about this one? The sounds of the South. And one thing about growing up in the South, by the way, any Northerners here tonight? How you Northerners doing? Let me talk to you Northerners for a second, because you need to be talked to. We Southerners hear the little jokes y'all do about us. We're not wrapped too tight. We hear you. Go ahead and make your little jokes. Some of them are funny. But I can tell you one thing, I've never heard of a Southerner saving up their entire life's earnings to retire up north. So come on down, we still love it. Some of your jokes are funny. Like, I don't think people who live in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia should have porches on their houses. You ever driving down to the South, people got refrigerators and washing machines and freezers. Put that shit in the house where it belongs. You go over to Arkansas, they got a sofa. Living in the South. And one thing about living in the South, you got to go to church. I don't care who you are, you've got to go to church. If I never go to church again in my life, I have put my time in. We had to go to Sunday school, morning service, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, another church having a program across town. The choir's got to go over there and sing an A and B selection. 4, 5 o'clock, YPC, WW, BTU. 7 o'clock night service. And my mama said, you better not fall asleep. I said, like hell I ain't gonna fall asleep. I said that to myself. You know what I'm saying? But going to church, that's why I'm a comedian. Because the preacher is the first comedian I ever saw. Because the preacher would tell a joke every Sunday. My bishop, Bishop G. Patterson, would tell a joke. He told me a joke, said some kids went to church from the detention center, and the little kids stood up to testify. The overseer snatching back down. He stand up, they snatching back down. So the bishop said, let him testify. You never know what he has to say. So the kid sang a song, I ain't going to hell, no, no. I ain't going to hell, no, no. Hell is deep and wide. There's no joy inside. I ain't going to hell, no, no. And the bishop said, see, that wasn't bad. Why don't the choir join in? And the choir went, hell no, hell no, hell no. I ain't going to hell, no, no. But that's why I'm a comedian. The preacher would tell a joke, and the preacher will tell a lie. You go to your church Sunday morning, the preacher will walk up in the pulpit with the Bible in his hand. I won't be long. That's a lie. I wish I could get somebody to help me. You're the only one getting paid. Oh, I'm trying to stop now. I'm trying to stop now. Well, sit your ass down. Always 2 or 3 members in the congregation. Take your time, Pastor. Take your time. Fix it. I'm going, you shut the hell up. You know that game come on at 1 o'clock. And preachers make up words. They make up words like butterrock. Butterrock. You can raise all the hell you want to raise. Butterrock. Butterrock. They make up words. And what does that mean? Good God Almighty. I know I've been born again. The white people are looking at me like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, we make noise in our church. The preacher preaches, we talk back to the preacher. Well, it's getting good now. Tell you what you white people do. You're driving down the street one day, there's a hearse in front of a black church. Go in there. Go in there, you're going to see some funny stuff. But I'm telling y'all now, don't laugh in the church. Wait till you get home like we do. Because you're going to see some funny stuff. And don't feel bad about not knowing the deceased. Because half the people at a black funeral, we don't know them. All we know is going to be some eating going on up in there. I don't even buy groceries anymore. I read the obituaries every day. Miss Lucille Johnson, homegoing service, 2 o'clock. And then I know 2:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Go ahead and cruise by the house. Get out the car and walk up in there. You see a lot of people in the house going. Then you hear somebody say, I don't know, but fix them a plate. And I can tell you what you're going to have on that plate. Chicken. Black folks can't die unless chicken is ready. Preacher still telling lies. My daddy died. The preacher, I have a few words to say. See, they'll change keys on you too. To say about Brother Wallace. Everybody knows Brother Wallace was a community leader, loved his wife, and loved his children. And that's when my mama said, go up there and sit at your dad in that coffin. Now that's just a joke, that's a joke. But the preacher get all up in his sermon, and I just want the family to know that Brother Wallace, he's not dead. He's just sleeping. And I looked at my mama, I said, the hell, his ass ain't dead. And we got this insurance money coming up in here too. Oh, he's dead. Now let me tell y'all something. I talk about a lot of funerals because I go to a lot of funerals. See, both my grandmothers had 21 kids. 21, and that's 42 kids. I saw my grandmama the other day. She's pregnant right now. Crazy glue can't keep my grandmama legs together. We go to the funeral. Anybody ever been a pallbearer? Man, that coffin is heavy, isn't it? Man, I'm walking along with this coffin. I'm going, this thing is heavy. I must have the head. I said, hey, you flower ladies, put those flowers down. Come up here and help us with this heavy coffin. Come on, it's your daddy. I'll drop his ass. That's his shoe. You better come on up here. We get out the car. We approach the grave site. Uneven dirt everywhere. My oldest aunt approaching the grave site tripped and fell in the hole. She's still in there. She's 95 years old. Ain't no need of taking her ass out that hole. Save us a trip. The whole family is going, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. I'm not coming back down here in this hot ass sun. Got these fire ants biting me and shit. I ain't coming back down here. I could talk about funerals all day. And we need to stop wasting money on these funerals too. Don't you think sometimes we spend too much money on funerals? A friend of mine died. Well, yesterday, since I'm making this shit up. A friend of mine died. His wife bought him a $3,000 suit just to bury him in. Don't you think that's a waste of money? Yeah. Well, I want people to remember him as he was. I said, well, you ought to put some handcuffs on his ass here. And funeral directors make me sick too. They need their ass kicked. Any funeral directors in here? How y'all doing over there? Who the hell, what is wrong with you people? Funeral directors, y'all, you know when you leave the church, you leave the chapel, you go to the cemetery, just as you pull in the gate, you can see the little tent right over there. But for some reason, you funeral directors want to drive all the way around the whole damn cemetery. Like y'all got a new hole y'all want to sell or something like that. Some people need their ass kicked. People that pass you on the freeway and then go slower than you were going. Need their ass kicked. People at the grocery store paying for a loaf of bread with a check. Need their ass kicked. Holding up the whole line. Now we got to call the general manager over to prove the check. I can approve a $1.29 check. Get the hell out of the way. I pay for the loaf of bread. Some people need their ass kicked. Everybody that thinks Richard Simmons is in good shape need your ass kicked. A lot of people need their ass kicked. You ever go to somebody's house, they own a dog, the dog is sniffing your crotch and they won't do nothing about it? They need their ass kicked. Oh, he's doing that because he loves you. Well, I love you too, but I'm not humping all up on your leg, am I? Some doctors need, any doctors in here? How you doctors doing? Need your ass kicked. How come we have a 10 o'clock appointment to see you doctors, we don't get to see you at 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30, 11:45? And they walk out and say, be patient. Be patient. That's how they came up with the name. You be patient, MD, me doctor. Doctors need your ass kicked. Come on, what's the problem? The problem, I've been waiting on your ass for an hour and a half. What's wrong? Hell, if I knew what was wrong, I'd write my own prescription and go down to the drugstore. Like Governor Bush's daughter did. Yeah, I said it. I don't understand this world. So many things I don't understand. Like, how come when dogs bark at night, they ever get that last bark in? You ever hear dogs barking at night? Y'all keep laughing, I'll keep barking. Things I don't understand. How come you never see bank robbers' pictures at the bank? You never see bank robbers' pictures at the bank. They're all down at the post office. Why? They're not robbing the post office. Because they know people at the post office shoot back. Things I don't understand. How come they got 18 handicap parking spaces at the Home Depot? Yeah, I said it. You know they can't get shit off that top shelf. Yeah, I said it. I talk about everybody. My best friend in Los Angeles, he's in a wheelchair. He's been pleading with me for years. Please write a joke about us. We want to be talked about too. You talk about everybody else, don't feel sorry for us. We can take a joke. We want to be included too. I told him, okay. I did, then I told him I'm pissed off at the government for spending $100,000 per bus to have a wider door and an elevator to lift your ass up on the bus. How about a rope? Give them a rope, hook their ass up to the back of the bus. When they get where they're going, just let go. Give them a long ski rope so when they go down the interstate, they go in and out of those orange cones out there. Yeah, I talk about everybody. That's why I think this would have been a much better country had we all been midgets. We all should have been midgets. Midgets are good people. You ever think about that? Midgets don't give nobody any kind of trouble. When the last time you seen a midget on America's Most Wanted? Midgets are good people. They drive and they don't cut you off in traffic giving you the finger. Well, they do, but you can't see them, you know what I mean? Midgets are good people. You never seen a homeless midget? Midgets are optimistic, never, always looking up. Comfortable with who they are, their position in life. They don't look down on other people. They all have good jobs. You never see them begging out on the street. Go down to the unemployment office, you never see no midgets in line. Midgets work. Most of them work at the grocery store. Y'all didn't know that? They work at Kroger and Safeway and Ralph's, places like that. Y'all didn't know that? Well, when you go to the grocery store tomorrow and you put your food across that scanner, well, they underneath there adding that shit up. I need my ass kicked for telling that joke. You can boo me if you want to, but I bet you tomorrow when you go in the market, hey! Gary Coleman, Webster, they all. I'm a sick person. I'm going home and take my Christmas tree down now. But before I leave here, you people got to do me a favor. Stop saying stupid things. I'm sick and tired of people keep saying stupid things to me. I'm out here in the city today walking. Lady says to me, "You in town?" Why do people say stupid shit? Another man told me, "My wife gonna die when I tell her I saw you." I said, "Well, don't tell her." People can say some stupid shit. Lady told me, "I'm gonna be at your show tonight. I'll be there with bells on." I said, "How come you can't come in here and sit your ass down like everybody else? Enough with the bells." I'm on the airplane, man sitting next to me. "You going all the way?" I said, "I hope like hell I'm going all the way. I didn't buy no halfway ticket." People can say some stupid shit. I'm waiting for my luggage. A lady comes up to me, "Mr. Wallace, you're mighty quiet today." I said, "Well, hell, I'm standing here by myself." Why do people say stupid shit? Somebody ran inside yesterday. "It's raining outside." Well, where else would it be raining? That's why you came in here, isn't it? People can say some stupid shit. A friend of mine told me he's gonna build a house. He's gonna build it from the ground up. I told her, that'd be a nice way to start it. You start with the roof. We need to hear more about this. Why do people say stupid shit? Every time I go to a fast food restaurant, I order a hamburger. "You want cheese on that?" Did I order a cheeseburger? I ordered a hamburger, and I want ham on it. People can say some stupid. And don't do other people favors. Other people get jealous. They start making up phrases like, "Oh, he's just blowing smoke up your ass." Let me tell y'all something. If you can find somebody willing to blow smoke up your ass, You got yourself one real good friend there, you know that? I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow. I'm going to see my uncle, Uncle Bo. Now, Uncle Bo can say some stupid things. Uncle Bo is the type guy will ask you a question and answer it at the same time. You ever find people like that? Ask you a question and answer it at the same time. How y'all get up here? Walk. What your mama send you for some sugar? Where your dad at work? What time you get off? 6 o'clock? What you kids doing at home? Ain't no school today? Why y'all ain't talking? Cat got your tongue? How come it's so hot in here? Y'all got the heat on? What you eating, boy? Chicken? What y'all watching, a game? Who preaching tomorrow? Reverend Johnson? Who new car in the driveway? Yours? Why you calling the doctor? You sick? Ladies and gentlemen, my mother and father here tonight, they've never seen me work before. As long as I've been working, and did I do a good job tonight? And I'm just so happy that you're here that I could share this with you with my mom and dad. Never seen, and I was a little nervous with them being here, but I'd like for you to meet them. They've been such great parents, and I want y'all to meet them, my mom and dad. Come on. Come on, Daddy, get up. Turn around, say hello to the people. It's my mom and daddy here. I know y'all wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it in black and white. So. What y'all waiting for, another joke? Aren't you laughing at something funny? Police can say some stupid things. Cop pulled me over the other day, dyslexic cop. He gave me an IUD. Gave me a ticket for speeding. I told him I thought I was driving cautiously. I was trying to keep a safe distance in front of the cars behind me. Sir, you want to get out of the car? Hell no. You stop me, you want to talk to me? Come over here and sit down. Rodney King taught everybody, don't ever get out the car. That's another thing. Los Angeles, California celebrated the riots 10 years. How do you celebrate a riot? That is so stupid. I was out there when that happened. That guy, what's his name, driving the truck? Reginald Jackson. Reginald Denny. He needed his ass kicked. Yeah, I said it. Anytime you're driving an 18-wheeler tractor-trailer truck and you can't run over somebody, you need your ass kicked. I'd have had 18 gears, I'd have ran over 18 people, Jack. Boom, 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 boom. I'd have put it in the reverse. Beep, 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 boom, boom. It was a cement truck. I would have released that cement. There'd have been 10 of them standing there right now, memorial. Stupid things. We say stupid things because our parents said stupid things. I know my mama did. My mama said the other day, I'm going to redecorate the house. This time I'm going to do it differently. Anybody got any questions before I go? So what? What? How about my mama? I know you didn't say what I thought you said. What's wrong with you people? You hear J. Anthony Brown on the Tom Joyner Morning Show talking about my mama, and Whoopi Goldberg. Y'all got to stop talking about my mama. How about your ugly mama? I met your mama at the airport. She got a job sniffing luggage. It's a little game we play. Some of you know how to play it. It's called joning. Some of you know how to play the game, right? And who got a joke? Hit me with one. Show them how to do it. Come on.
When did last time you seen your dad? In the driveway.
My mama's so fat she had to iron her pants in the driveway. Okay. Let me tell you about your big fat mama. Your mama's so fat, when she gets on the elevator, oh, it's going down. That's how you play. Some of you know one. Come on, give me another one. My mama's so fat, she's cockeyed every time she run around, she look around. That's just like your mama. Your mama so cross-eyed the other day, she dropped a dime and picked up 2 nickels. And I could have been your daddy, but your mama didn't have change for $1. Somebody had one over here, come on. My mama's so stupid, she sold the television to pay the cable bill. Your mama's so stupid the other day, she was walking by the YMCA, she said, look, baby, somebody spelled Macy's wrong. My daddy's so crazy, he put his air conditioning backwards and said he's gonna go outside and get cool. That's like your stupid daddy. Your daddy's so old, when Moses parted the Red Sea, your daddy was on the other side fishing.
Your mama's so fat, but you put on a yellow raincoat, they say, taxi!
My mama's so fat, she put on a yellow raincoat, they go taxi. Just like your big fat mama. Your mama's so fat, she got a real horse on her polo shirt. I know your big fat mama. And you leave my mama out of this. And I'll leave this out of your mama. Come on. My mama, so you got another one? Come on. Wait a minute, there's one right there, mama. Go ahead. My mama's so short, she jumped rope under the bed. Yeah, your mama's so short, we had to put hymns in her drawers. I know your mama. I heard your mama cooking it so bad all the flies got together and fixed a hole in the screen. I hear your mama had so many children, the birth certificate read, "We the people." My mama's so black, what?
She sweat chocolate milk.
Oh, no, she didn't. My mama's so black, she sweat chocolate milk. No, you didn't either. I know you didn't say what you just said. My mama's so black, she sweat chocolate milk. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You have got, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. First of all, I hear they call your mama potato chip. I hear she free to lay. Bam! My mama's so black, she sweat chocolate milk. Your mama's so black, she go outside during the daytime, the phone rates go down. Your mama's so black, you sprinkle salt on her, she look like deep space. And she's so skinny, she get in the car, she looks like the club. I know your mama's so ugly, she go in the woods, the trees pee on her. Your mama's so ugly, she walked by the bathroom and the toilet just flushed by itself. And I'm out of here, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm George Wallace, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you're too nice.
More big hair, boy.
George Wallace. Come on and make me jump, George Wallace.